But we're on there. Okay, welcome everybody. This is Mike Brenner. Pistol Pete will be here shortly. This is the 11:30 Eastern Periscope update. All right, again, March Madness is here, guys. It's wide open. Pete and I just filmed a video with Doug Upstone, our college basketball show. Make sure you check it out. We gave out some picks. Yeah, it was good stuff. Yeah, Doug Upstone, man, he is sharp. He's got a book out on ebook. It's about crushing college basketball in March. So make sure you check that out at his website. Early on, guys, I'm telling you, I got two picks I'm going to put out right now. And in filling out your brackets, I think this is a good way to go. I have no doubt whatsoever with these picks. I'm pulling the trigger on Michigan State getting 2 against Miami. Yep, I like them to get the outright win. They've been playing really good ball the last 7 or 8 games. I look for that to continue. And another play that I have, Doug Upstone is absolutely on board. Now Pistol Pete's starting to wonder, is I'm taking Notre Dame. Pistol Pete likes Providence +7. I got Notre Dame -6.5. Doug Upstone said, Pistol Pete, I got a feeling you might want to rethink that one. So with that being said, we'll see what happens when Pete gets here. But those 2 picks, Michigan State and Notre Dame, I'm putting them on my bracket, guys. Let's get started on this. And after the play-in games, I'm going to have my complete bracket all done. So looking forward to going head-to-head and also to have you guys follow along, and we'll see what happens. There's a lot of great prizes and a lot of just good stuff going on at March Madness, Maddie.
I mean, this is like the fun thing. And, you know, bracket betting is interesting because it's like the kind of thing your grandma does too.
Of course, absolutely. Grandma does it too. Imagine the water coolers at offices around the country today, man. It's just all about brackets and grandmas. I bet grandmas do it. That was a good one.
I bet you there's at least one.
Instead of the bingo hall, they're going to be having March Madness at the bingo hall. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, the play-in games are really going to be interesting. I think that's going to be.
So was I off? There's no games tonight?
I heard no games, so I think
ESPN
tomorrow. Yeah, ESPN, they've done that a time or two. NBA, though, guys, a team that I talked about earlier today to start maybe getting ready to fade. Tonight's not the night. I'm on them. I think the Chicago Bulls have to show up. I got them +7.5. Playing against Charlotte, and Charlotte's not been playing that great ball, so I really think that's going to be an angle. Pistol Pete is here. It's March Madness, so Pistol Pete's rolling in just a couple minutes late, knocking out the NBA ticket. It's been busy. Pete, I was just talking about how Doug Upstone said, I think Notre Dame might be that side, but still, you know, you gotta go with your gut, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll look into it more. Obviously, that was just what my initial handicapping of the game was, but hopefully I'm not wrong. I'll look into it more, but yeah.
I like that Bucknell one. I was looking at that, and a friend of mine also tweeted me after we talked about that. Apparently, he's on Bucknell too.
So what other light did Mr. Upstone shed upon this tournament that you guys found interesting?
Well, we got a free ebook. We got a free ebook.
Yeah, he said that teams that go on long winning streaks
10 games or more.
tend to are teams that he likes to look at in the tournament, which I guess makes sense. I mean,
now,
any
talking
team
about backing them or fading them?
You know, backing them. I mean,
okay.
I guess any team that you know is good enough to win the tournament is probably going to be a team that's winning a bunch of games in a row. So, but he said any team that wins 10 games in a row or more is a team that he's looking to back in the tournament, which is that's from Doug Upstone.
Yep, I like that.
Doug Upstone.
And also, guys, we just filmed the NBA Odds Couple show. Got some really good picks in there. Coming off a good weekend, 4-0-1. I'm looking to keep that going. I got 3 solid picks tonight, so don't miss it. By God, Pete, I gave away 2 of my college picks for the brackets for these guys. You want to give away 2 of yours?
College picks for the brackets?
Well, you know, today we made a couple opening lines picks.
Yeah, I gave them all in the morning
I just wanted
show.
you to give 2 of them out here now if you wanted to.
I'll give them all. I don't care.
Give them all, by God. Let it out there.
I mean,
all right, time out. Get a pen. Yeah, get comfortable. Get a pen and piece of paper. You might want to call your grandma.
No, I mean, I took Princeton. I took UNC Wilmington. I did take Winthrop, and I did take Bucknell. Although those are. I
don't know. My buddy likes that Bucknell.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
And I also took Eastern Tennessee State. I also took Middle Tennessee State, which is Middle Tennessee State just at Pick'em, and I like. Let's see, and of course New Mexico State.
Yeah,
12
I forgot to give that.
And Iona.
What's the New Mexico State line?
12.5.
I'm going to add that, Pete. I'm going to add that on. All right, that's going to be mine. I wanted to put that on the show. I like that.
Okay.
Getting 12.5, New Mexico State. So that's an official pick also. Interesting. Doug Upstone was talking about which team was it? He thinks, Middle Tennessee State, I think. He said he thinks they could go to the
No, he said that did he? I thought he said that he was saying that Minnesota was was very good, and he wasn't
Well,
too keen.
but he said he was thinking that Middle Tennessee State could go to the Sweet 16, but he thinks Minnesota might have an edge. But I don't know. I don't think Middle Tennessee State's afraid of this team.
Yeah, Big Simon is asking about Florida Gulf Coast, and I haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet. But that is the way I'm leaning.
Florida State, right?
They're playing, they're playing Florida State, and they're getting. Well, now they're getting. So the line did go up a little bit, like I thought it might. They were open 11.5. Now it's up to 12.
Yeah, I would.
And I'm leaning Florida Gulf Coast. I need to do maybe a little bit more research, but that's definitely the way I'm leaning.
Yeah, Florida State. I don't know. They could
and
be
especially on like the first half.
I think first half are going to be real good for the big dogs.
Yeah. A lot of the picks that I gave, I feel like I'm liking a little bit more on the first halves as well. And then this guy's asking about Nevada. That's sort of like the one turning into one of the most controversial games because the issue is Nevada is actually great, but Iowa State is also great, and they're built really, really well for the tournament with a star guard surrounded by a deep complement of guards to go with them. So, and I
pulled the trigger on that one. I took Iowa State minus the 5.5.
The thing about Iowa State is that they shoot a lot of threes. So there's a lot of volatility there. So, if they come out in the first half and they're, hitting 60% from three, which is entirely possible, they'll be up by 30. If they come out in the first half and they're, 3 for 19, which is also entirely possible, then Nevada will be up and it'll be looking a little bit dicey. So, anytime you have a team that shoots a lot of threes, which is actually a lot of these teams in the tournament, there's a lot of volatility and no real, as far as I can tell, no real, reliable way to predict, obviously teams that play good. And that's the thing about Nevada is Nevada statistically plays great 3-point defense.
Yes.
So the question is, are they going to be able to shut Iowa State down? Maybe. We're all making educated guesses here, and I think the people who think that there's definitive right answers on any of these
that's
are probably
why they call
wrong.
it madness. It's March Madness, baby.
But yeah, so that's the issue with Nevada and Ohio State. Ohio State a ton of threes, and Nevada, which is actually one thing I didn't mention. One I think they're top 15 3-point in defending the 3-point in the country. So
that's huge.
They defend the three very, very well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good team, too. I watched a special about them yesterday. It's a real close team, very cohesive. They believe in each other. They got a great coach, and they play for them. When you get into a tournament like this, coaches that really have their players and their players buy what they're selling, those are the ones that are dangerous for the small schools, man. Really, really dangerous.
Absolutely. Here, a guy says he came up on 3 under halftime bets. I have not looked at the totals at all yet, but I'm going to.
As soon as I get a minute. Long night. As soon as you get a minute. That's his famous last quote.
No, but there's not that many.
I get a minute.
There's only 32 games, and there's only 30 games, so it's not a ton of not that bad. Yeah,
and there's no games tonight, right?
There's one that's just a Norfolk. No, it's a Norfolk Liberty. I think that's.
Norfolk Liberty. I got to watch that one.
I got a question on that game. Anybody?
Are you serious?
Any thoughts? Yes.
Okay.
No, I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay.
I haven't looked at it yet. Actually.
Sorry, Nicholas, but maybe check back later. We'll have some.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
I got questions. First of all, taking a look at your brackets.
Yep.
For real bracket, the people who do it for Norm.
Sure.
Give me like a team or two on there that you like to. I wouldn't call it an upset, but maybe some 10-7s. You think might be.
Oh yeah, 10s.
Money line.
I'll tell you what. I think this
money lines.
Well, just like if you were filling out a bracket traditionally.
Sure.
If I was filling out a bracket, okay. Let me look at. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's definitely going to be one that I'm taking.
Tempted by.
I'm definitely going to take Wichita State. Let's see some of you're looking for upset brackets. Let's see.
Well, 10-7s. You got Marquette, South Carolina. That's going to be a good one.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if I'm going to pick it, but NC Wilmington might they could upset Virginia. That could be one of the upsets.
You could feel that.
Look, if Virginia's upset. I know they're great on defense, but
I think Virginia might overlook this.
I'm just saying, if Virginia's offense disappears, they could be beat. Yeah. They could be beat. So, NC Wilmington pushes the pace. So if they start scoring, they could throw Virginia's whole game plan into disarray. Let's see. Eastern Tennessee State. They, I don't know if I'm going to pick them. I mean, Florida's great, and the game is played in Florida. But
what's
Eastern
the line
Tennessee
on that one?
That one is 10. But Eastern Tennessee State wouldn't be a shock if they upset New Mexico State against Baylor. I don't know. I mean, obviously Baylor got upset by Georgia State 2 years ago, so they can get upset.
And that line's sitting at what?
It's 12.
Wow.
That's a 4-13 matchup where the 3-14 matchup. Baylor again. This is another one where they're playing relatively close to their school, so maybe they get an edge there. South Carolina Marquette. That's basically a coin flip. Marquette could easily beat South Carolina.
Yep,
that could be a 10. That could be a 10. 10 seed that advances.
And I think I
let's
see a number 9 that could beat number 8. I see Bandy can pull up.
Oh yeah, any number 9 could beat
Yep,
number 8.
I think for sure that they're better than Northwest.
Princeton, Notre Dame, Bucknell, West Virginia. Yeah, kind of hard to see West Virginia actually losing. Although they did lose, they lost to Stephen F. Austin last year when they were a number 3 seed. So it's that could be an upset. Any of these teams could be an upset. Obviously, in the 11-6 matchup, Maryland is a 6 seed, but they're just a 2-point favorite. So
another 11-6. Cincinnati's got to face the winner of Kansas State and Wake Forest. And I got news for you: both of those teams are capable of bringing it and beating them outright. Both of them. I think that's going to be interesting to watch. Although
Big Simon's asking best 15 seed to take on the money line. Let's see. Let's see if there's any that might be worth it. Let me see. First of all, we got Duke and Troy. No way.
No way.
No
that
way.
Ain't happening.
Then we got hold on a second. Then we got Arizona and North Dakota. I mean,
that ain't happening.
I mean, I take that one over Troy though. Yeah. And then let's see. Next on going down the line, we got Louisville and Jacksonville State. No way. Yep. Although Jacksonville State did have a good ATS record away from home, but
they were amazing. They got that point guard.
And then Kentucky and Northern Kentucky.
Okay, I don't see any in this one. I mean,
I guess if I had to pick one, I guess it would be North Dakota over Arizona.
Yeah.
But
you know I would probably definitely.
If I had to pick one.
Yeah. If I had to take one, I would do the same.
Here's another good question. 1, 2, or 3 seeds. Who is the most vulnerable? I got to Baylor off the top of my head, probably, right?
Yeah, Baylor definitely 1, 2, or 3 seeds.
That's it. That's a no-brainer. I think they could even lose, not outright, but I don't see them
vulnerable in terms of what, losing outright in the first round or not having a deep run.
Yeah,
just in general. Well, I mean, Villanova showed that they can wilt at times against the top teams for sure. Yeah. I mean, we saw them struggle. I mean, they got beat. Who beat them twice? Was it Butler? Butler beat Villanova twice.
Yes, they did.
Outright. Wow. So I think that makes Villanova a vulnerable number 1 seed, right?
Yeah, I think they're definitely vulnerable. They don't have that depth that they had last year.
Yeah, Baylor definitely vulnerable. Let's go. Let's see. Is Duke a vulnerable number 2 seed? I don't think so.
No, not right now. Not the momentum. Not the way they beat down North Carolina. Came back.
Gonzaga did lose to a BYU. Are they vulnerable? I don't know. I wouldn't say so.
It up good.
Well, they're up against South Dakota State, 22.5-point favorite. But then if they get by them, they'll be up against Northwestern or Vanderbilt. Are they going to be vulnerable against one of those teams? I don't know.
What does Gonzaga allow for us a backdoor cover on 22, or do they do what they did most of the year, cover them big double points?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I wouldn't want to bet Gonzaga there necessarily, but
I wouldn't want to bet against them though either.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Gonzaga, if Gonzaga gets by them and then they get by Northwestern or Vanderbilt, and then they face Notre Dame or West Virginia, are they vulnerable?
Ooh. Okay.
Are they? I don't know. Maybe they are.
That's good. Pete, you put me on the spot with that one.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Florida State. I definitely think Florida State is. I mean, they're strong. They're deep and they score a lot. So I wouldn't say they're all right. Yeah, I think they'll probably be all right too. But who knows? Arizona, are they vulnerable?
Yep. I think they're the most vulnerable out of the 4 number 1s. Right? They're number 1.
They're 2 seed.
Number 2.
And then we got Kansas. Is Kansas a
no, I don't think so. Not this year.
1 seed. No, okay. And then let's see. Moving down the line, let's see. 1s, 2s, or 3. Oregon, are they? They're vulnerable number 3 seed.
I
sure.
think so. Yeah.
They do have their senior forward Chris Boucher is going to miss the tourney, and that's they have depth, but that's still an injury. So they got to count. I'm seeing a lot of vulnerability this year.
I do too. Definitely
Louisville, I feel like they're fairly strong. North Carolina, definitely strong. They could win it all easily. Let's see. Down. UCLA is a number 3 seed. They look to me like a pretty strong 3 seed. Actually.
Yeah, I like UCLA moving forward. I really do.
Especially if they start to figure out some defense.
I think they could have been a 2 seed.
Yep. And Kentucky, are they a vulnerable 2 seed? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, they look pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So I think that just about covers it for vulnerabilities. Yeah, I would definitely count Villanova as relatively vulnerable for a 1 seed.
And don't forget the challenge. Jump in there, guys. Go to the bonus page. Check it out. Also, go to the odds page like we said earlier in the live show. All right, take advantage of that. Just take 10 or 15 minutes. It's a free tool. Take your time. Study this bracket. Make smart decisions, and you don't need to have 500 bets.
Yeah, don't do like what I did.
And if your grandmother does fill out a bracket, please let us know, guys. Anybody's grandmother that fills out a bracket, we need to know. That would be cool as hell.
Yeah, this guy is a big Simon making a point. South Dakota State killed it ATS over the second half of the year, which is true. They were 11-3 ATS over the last 14. And Gonzaga did go just 3-3 ATS over their last 6. So I don't know. I think I do think that you know, if it gets very, very late and Gonzaga's up by 25, you know, I don't see them going all out, despite the fact that, you know, during conference play they were covering these kinds of spreads. I would agree with the people who are leaning South Dakota State.
Yeah,
I would lean South Dakota State. Wouldn't make it a huge bet, but
they don't want to get injured. They don't want to do anything stupid. But
to answer your question, the bonus page, I will shoot out the link later, but if you want to check it out now, it's sportsbookreview.com, and there's a little sidebar there that says bonuses.
Good stuff, Maddie.
Along with many, many other things.
Yep. And don't forget again to tune into the NBA Odds Couple show. All right, it's almost damn playoff time in NBA. There's a lot of teams fighting, and it's going to be a good one. Check out the show today. Don't miss it. And tomorrow we're back on with the Puckheads. Other than that, Pistol Pete, I guess it's March Madness.
Yeah,
right?
I guess. I mean, throughout the week we'll be doing more research on the tournament teams as the week goes on, and also of course covering the minor tournaments. So we'll be doing that. So our college basketball odds couple shows will be chock full of stuff for this week.
One of my Twitter followers wants to know if you're going to take time and bust down these totals tomorrow.
Oh, of course.
Okay, you are.
Oh,
so
of course.
maybe tomorrow throw out
yes.
some totals.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Pete. Appreciate that.
Absolutely, no question about that one.
That was a big request there. So, all right.
All right.
We got that's about it.
Okay.
Stefan says take liberty tonight. So.
All right. I like that, Stefan. I like your insight, buddy. And matter of fact, Stefan, do us a favor. Who are your dark horses for March Madness? Let us know. Tune into the show tomorrow.
Yeah, send us a Facebook message.
Please do. Please do.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.
All right. We're the odds couple, guys. We're coming to you.
All right. How do we stop this broadcast? Oh, okay. There you go.
Stop this train.
You can't stop this.